So adding to our list of tools in our toolbox that we can use to integrate, we're going to add partial fraction decomposition. So fractions, we've seen a bunch of fractions that we can integrate using either inverse trig, or we can integrate using natural log. A lot of times there's u substitution involved. But sometimes none of those are going to work, and we have to try to decompose the fraction. So our integrand here is 1 over x squared minus 5x plus 6, which should be able to be rewritten as the sum or difference of two simpler fractions using that partial fraction decomposition process. First step would be to factor the denominator. -2 and -3 multiply to get 6 and add to get -5. And that means that our two possible denominators are x minus 2 and x minus 3. And we've got some unknown constants that are going to be numerators here. So a number of ways you can do this. I just tend to multiply this equation through by the common denominator. So if I multiply this whole thing by x minus 2 times x minus 3, then in the first fraction, everything cancels out except for the numerator. In the second fraction, a over x minus 2 times x minus 2 is gone, but then we've got an x minus 3. And then same thing here, the x minus 3's cancel out, so b gets multiplied by x minus 2. So then we can solve, or distribute rather, and find out that 1 equals ax minus 3a plus bx minus 2b, or not 2b, that is the question. So we've got ax and we've got bx, so we've got a plus bx, right? And we've got a minus 3a minus 2b. So our x term in our original numerator, which is 1, was 0x. So that means that a plus b must equal 0. And our constant is 1, so that means that -3a minus 2b has to equal 1. I'll multiply this one by 2 to get 2a plus 2b, or not 2b. That is the question. And that's going to make our 2b's go away, so I guess it's not 2b. -3a plus 2a is -1a equals 1. That means that a equals -1, which means that b equals +1. So that means that our original fractions here have a -1 for our numerator on that one and a +1 for that one. So the whole point is we can now rewrite this integral as -1 over x minus 2 plus 1 over x minus 3. And it was not a bad idea to quickly add these together and make sure that you do in fact get back to the original, but we should if we didn't make a mistake. And then this becomes two simple integration problems. We've got -1 times the natural log of the absolute value of x minus 2 plus 1 of the natural log of the absolute value of x minus 3. And that's a perfectly acceptable answer. Sometimes we like to condense this because why not? So if we've got a minus, it goes in the denominator. And if we've got a plus, it goes in the numerator. And either one of those is a decent final answer. All right, and that's basically the idea behind all of these, is you do the algebra to break your fractions up into partial fractions, simpler fractions, and the idea is those simpler fractions should be integratable. And yeah, so I'll let you guys try these, and in the next video, we will see if you were right.